lamps to all our guests.
थैंक यू मैम। कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ दीप प्रज्वलन से। विनम्र आग्रह है आप सभी महानुभावों से कि कृपया दीप प्रज्वलन के लिए मंच के समीप आएं।
Now we inaugurate today's function by lighting the lamp. We request our guests and Principal Ma'am to please come near the stage to light the lamps. आप सभी महानुभावों का तहे दिल से धन्यवाद। Dance is a poem of which each movement is a word. Dance is not just dance, it is magical, something that sets us free.
और अब प्रस्तुत है एक स्वागत नृत्य, आइए इसका आनंद लें।
Deva Shri Ganesha, Deva Shri
Thank you, Debsites, for your heart-tinkling and alluring performance. Now I request our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Shiv Anand Shankar, DGM RBI Patna, and Principal Ma'am to come on the stage to offer momentum to our school DPS Bhagalpur.
A warm good morning to all of you present here. On behalf of entire DPS Bhagalpur family, I extend my heartiest welcome to Sri Shiv Anand Shankarji, DGM, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, to Mr. Rakesh Dubeji, AGM, Reserve Bank of India, to Mr. Avinav Prakash, Manager, Reserve Bank of India, dignitaries from, managers from Canara Bank and other banking services, all distinguished guests present here, I extend to all of you a heartiest welcome. This financial literacy and its inclusion, I think, is what is needed in today's for the younger generations like you and for people like us. Many of the frauds, we are all on the social network, we are on websites, we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, and there are frauds taking place through this medium where we end up losing money paying to the frauders who come through our Facebook. They make friendship. They'll say that you own this lotteries, give your password, give your bank account number. Even I too received mail where long years back, they said you won a lottery in United Kingdom. You got this much, dollars. And that is long back. I'll tell you, that was when I was in my previous school in DPS Guwahati that time, maybe 9 years back. And I was thinking, I told my father, what would I do with the money? I got so much of money. I was so, I was very celebrated. I called up my brother and I told him like this has come, they want my passbook number, they want my account number, and they're going to give me so many dollars and I'm going to give all of you this much. I've already dreamt, to whom will I pay what and what would I buy for me also. Then my brother, who happens that time he was posted in Nairobi, he said, don't do this. You are in a soup. If you have you given your account number? I said, no, I have not given. He said, don't do this, are frauds. So that was the first and the last time I dreamt of that. Though now also I receive mails as junk mails, you won a lottery, this and that. What I mean to say is that to be literate is very important. As parents also, for example, you are very aware of it. You are sometimes on your Facebook, you are on internet. So when your parents ask you, what are you doing on your internet? And what do you say? My teacher has given me assignment, so I'm doing the assignment. I have to serve through the net. So your parents, having trust on you, they say, okay, go through. But they don't know you are chatting on the net, not doing a homework exactly, that happens. And then at times where we parents become illiterate or we may tend to be. So thank you very much, Reserve Bank of India, for helping us, and you are educating our children. They are the future of the country. And in order to have a very safe and secure future, we need to have a secure future. These are the future of the country. Thank you very much. I will not take much time. Welcome all of you to the family of DPS Bhagalpur. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Patron, good, now it's afternoon. So thanks for clarifying, and you are all aware and awake. Thank you very much. So good afternoon, everybody. Patrons of DPS Society, Alok sir, who happens to be ex-RBI and is with the government, ma'am, principal ma'am, other my colleagues who are here from RBI, other bankers, and students. We are very proud to be here among you today, and thanks to the coordination that happened. We were planning it somehow to do it, but it happened on a day before, just before Christmas. So what we will talk about today is financial literacy and awareness. What is, we call it FLARE UP, Financial Literacy Architecture for Regional Environment, the updated program it is. And we do it to all the schools. We go to all the schools. We have 5 target groups. We go to schools, we go to traders, industrialists, we go to backward regions, we go to farmers, and then we also go to households. So we have different segments where we go. But the most targeted group is students. Can you tell me why? Why is it the most targeted group? Because, anybody? Yeah.
Right now, just as you see that we are using that Facebook and we are just scrolling, and every time the junk mails come up, so it's been troubling us. We are being tools, so we need to know about how to manage this financial situation, just as
Correct. Thank you very much. It was a very nice answer. A big clap for the young guy. That's the, madam had already set the tone as to why we need to this thing, and you are lucky, ma'am, to have someone to guide you at the right moment to tell you, otherwise you would have lost the money. And she had a brother who was aware of these issues and who could guide you. So now onwards, today onwards, when we talk about financial literacy, you will also be aware of the things, and you will not only be safeguarding your interests, you will also be able to guide others, your siblings, even sometimes you can also guide your parents. You know, it's very strange that in our country, even educated people sometimes fall in the trap of these lottery, these fraudsters. But financial literacy is not limited to safeguarding your interests. It's also about how to save, how to invest, how to use the banking system, how to use the financial system for your advantage. One of the most sold books, it's other side of this, whenever you go to a airport, or if you go to a railway station, one of the self-help books which is always there is Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Some of you might have seen it, some of you might not have seen it. What is it exactly? What is it, Rich Dad and Poor Dad? It's actually a self-help book which talks about how do you manage your finances to become rich in life. What it says, I'll tell you one example. And this example is, all of you know, everybody in our country, our parents, you are kids, so your parents must be talking about कि हमें वहाँ घर खरीदना है, या वहाँ घर बनाना है, या हम वहाँ फ्लैट खरीदेंगे, वहाँ ज़मीन खरीदेंगे, वो it will multiply, the prices will multiply. होता है ना घर में डिस्कशन, ऐसा होता है. तो उसमें क्या है, जब हम इंडिया में हैं, इंडिया की सेटिंग में, तो हम ये बात करते हैं. लेकिन जब आप यूरोप में जाओगे या यूएस में जाओगे, so there people don't talk about this investment, because in Europe real estate doesn't give you the kind of returns that other investments give. There they ask you to invest not in dead assets, but they ask you to invest in something which will give you the returns. तो रिच डैड पुअर डैड का एक लेसन है कि वहाँ इन्वेस्ट करें जहाँ से आपको रिटर्न्स आए, वहाँ मत इन्वेस्ट कीजिए जहाँ आपका पैसा लॉक इन हो जाए, क्योंकि जो रिटर्न्स है जब मल्टीप्लाई होकर प्राइसेस बढ़ते हैं, इंडिया में ऐसा हो रहा है पिछले कुछ सालों से कि कि लगातार रियल इस्टेट के प्राइस बढ़ते हैं, तो लोगों को ये लगता है कि दिस इज इन आवर कंट्रोल, बट दैट मे नॉट बी द केस ऑलवेज. सो फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी अपार्ट, द फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट यू शुड बी सेफ, okay, but it also talks about, but we'll also tell you about where to invest your money, where to put your money, how to grow your money. You all are students. We were talking with ma'am outside, and what she mentioned in the discourse कि जो आजकल IITians हैं वो तुरंत जोमेटो एंड स्विगी स्टार्ट करते हैं. कैसे स्टार्ट करते हैं? जोमेटो और स्विगी या कोई भी एंटरप्रेन्योर थिंग स्टार्ट करने के लिए क्या चाहिए? सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है? एक है आइडिया विच कम्स फ्री, दूसरा है टेक्निकल जो IITians के पास है नॉलेज, बट द थर्ड थिंग विच कम्स विथ अ कॉस्ट इज फिनेंस. विदाउट दैट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू. तो आप कहाँ जाएंगे फिनेंस के लिए? क्या आप अनऑथोराइज्ड एजेंट्स के पास जाएंगे या आप वेंचर कैपिटलिस्ट के पास जाएंगे, और यू विल गो टू बैंकर्स? तो आप जब फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी की क्लासेस करेंगे, फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी को समझेंगे, तो इन द फ्यूचर यू विल बी मोर कॉन्फिडेंट. व्हेन यू ग्रो अप यू विल बी कॉन्फिडेंट टू डील विद द बैंकिंग सिस्टम, यू विल बी कॉन्फिडेंट टू डील विद फाइनेंसेस. सो एनी टाइम इन द लाइफ, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वी आर डीलिंग विद फाइनेंस. वी आर गोइंग टू अ ग्रोसरी शॉप, व्हाट आर वी डीलिंग? वी आर बाइंग समथिंग, we are spending money. We are coming to school, we are paying fees. When we are going home, our parents are working to earn. So most of the time we are dealing with finances. In future, if I ask all of you, you will be having different ambitions. But the end of the day, the ambition would be to have some kind of a good financial well-being. Financial well-being is also one of the goals. हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? हमारे जो शास्त्र है या हमारी जो संस्कृति है उसमें हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं कि धर्म, अर्थ, काम, मोक्ष. तो अर्थ पार्ट, अर्थ इज नॉट द अर्थ, नॉट द प्लैनेट अर्थ. द अर्थ देयर इज इकोनॉमी, द फाइनेंसेस इन अ डिफरेंट सेंस. तो वो आपका जब बैलेंस्ड होगा तभी लाइफ की सारी चीज़ें, हेल्थ इंपॉर्टेंट है, उसी तरह से आपका जो कॉन्सेंस है वो इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो उसी तरह से आपका फाइनेंशियल वेलबींग इंपॉर्टेंट है. इफ़ यू आर नॉट फाइनेंशियली फिट, देन मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इट विल लीड टू अदर काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स. आपका टाइम वेस्टेज, वरी, और वरी के बाद उसके कारण दूसरी प्रॉब्लम्स होंगी. तो ऑलवेज यू शुड बी ऑलवेज, वॉट एवर यू डू, आपके फाइनेंसेस हमेशा प्रॉपर होने चाहिए. एंड हाउ विल यू कीप योर फाइनेंसेस प्रॉपर? इफ़ यू आर फाइनेंशियली लिटरेट, यू नो वेयर टू गो. कितने लोगों ने, हम लोग सब जानते हैं, सहारा का नाम सुना है? सब लोगों ने सुना है ना? सहारा का एग्जाम्पल है, सहारा का एक एग्जाम्पल है, लेकिन ऐसी कितनी कंपनीज, ऐसी कितने चिट फंड्स ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं? व्हाट आर दे डूइंग एसेंशियली? दे आर गिविंग यू अ ग्रीड. ग्रीड क्या? आपके ग्रीड पे प्ले करते हैं और आप वहाँ जाके पैसा जमा कर देते हैं. लेकिन आज का अगर आप सेशन करोगे तो यू विल नो नॉट टू पुट मनी इन अनऑथोराइज्ड एजेंसीज. सहारा जैसी अदर एजेंसीज में आप लोग अपना पैसा नहीं डालेंगे. दैट वुड बी वन ऑफ द लर्निंग पॉइंट्स. एंड यू विल ऑल्सो लर्न हाउ टू टेक केयर ऑफ द करेंसी. यू विल ऑल्सो लर्न what is RBI. You all welcomed us, DIPSITES Bhagalpur welcomed us, and Reserve Bank of India. But do you know what is Reserve Bank of India? What is Reserve Bank of India? Anyone? A wild guess, a completely wild guess. Anybody, just try. Just try. You won't. And you have to write his name. He gave a very good answer. Okay, good. But you'll get only one chocolate. Is it? Thank you. It is the Apex Bank, but Apex in what sense? We have the tallest building. You want to answer? Welcome, welcome. So nice. Bolo.
So the RBI of India issues the currency of India. I mean, no other institution has the legal powers to issue the currency of India except for RBI.
Soumeshri, what's your name?
Shreya Shri.
Shreya Shri. Such a nice answer. Big clap for Shreya Shri. Anything else you want to say? और कुछ बोलना? That's all. So, अभी तो देखो तुम लोगों के सबके पास नोट होता है, हमेशा लेके पापा मम्मी से घूमते हो, but she was the only one, I think. Where has she gone? Shreya Shri has given such a nice answer. हर नोट पे रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया लिखा रहता है. लिखा रहता है ना? लिखा रहता है ना? ठीक है, तो रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के बारे में जानेंगे. हम सिर्फ नोट इशू नहीं करते, बहुत कुछ करते हैं. हम नोट इशू करने से ज़्यादा बहुत कुछ करते हैं. लेकिन एक छोटी सी कहानी मैं तुम्हें बताता हूँ कि हाउ रिजर्व बैंक इज़ द apex bank, and when he said apex, actually he meant central bank of the country, not the central bank of India. Central bank of India एक commercial bank है. दो set of bank होते हैं किसी भी country में. एक होता है central bank, जैसे इंडिया का रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया है. यूएसए का क्या है? फेड रिजर्व. यूएसए में फेड रिजर्व है. इंग्लैंड में बैंक ऑफ इंग्लैंड. फ्रांस में बैंक द फ्रांस. लेकिन ये सेंट्रल बैंक की ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ी? ये हमारे टेक्स्ट में नहीं होता, इसलिए मैं हमेशा अपने एड्रेस में ये बताता हूँ कि सेंट्रल बैंक की ज़रूरत क्यों पड़ी. मान लो तुम लोग सारे लोग एक कंट्री हो और तुम्हारा एक राजा है या एक प्राइम मिनिस्टर है. अगर उसके पास नोट छापने की मशीन उसके पास है तो वो क्या करेगा? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नोट छापेगा या कम से कम नोट छापेगा? क्यों बताओ? करेक्ट. थैंक यू. क्या नाम है तुम्हारा? सत्यम. वेरी गुड. तुमने एकदम सही जवाब दिया. लेकिन मैं एक इन्वायरमेंट की बात कर रहा हूँ कि मान लो इतना ही पॉपुलेशन सेट है और तुम लोगों ने इतने में ही एक पीएम और एक राजा चुना हुआ है और उसी के पास नोट छापने की मशीन है, करेंसी मैनेजमेंट का उसके पास है. तो वो राजा और पीएम क्या करेगा? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नोट छापेगा. क्योंकि तुम लोग उनको चुनते हो तो तुम्हारे पास वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नोट देके तुम लोगों को खुश रखेगा. और खुश रखने के लिए जब वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नोट छापेगा तो तुम सबकी पॉकेट में बहुत पैसा होगा. लेकिन जब तुम लोग चॉकलेट खरीदने जाओगे या फिर बुक खरीदने जाओगे तो बुक लिमिटेड है या चॉकलेट लिमिटेड है, तो हर आदमी, चूँकि नोट तो ईजिली मिल रहा है राजा की तरफ से, तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नोट देगा और वो महंगाई बढ़ जाएगी और उस नोट का कोई वैल्यू नहीं रहेगा, है ना? वो नोट तुम्हारे पास 100 नोट है लेकिन 100 नोट में तुम एक भी बुक नहीं खरीद पा रहे हो. तो ये जब किंग्स इन यूरोप, जब नेशनलिज्म हुआ और जब वो लोग कॉलोनिज्म की तरफ बढ़े और उन्होंने सोचा कि अब हमारे जो कॉलोनियलिज्म के लिए जब वो अफ्रीका गए, एशिया आए, तो वो लोग फंड कर रहे थे. किंग्स वर फंडिंग. तो वो पैसे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पैसा निकाल के दे रहे थे लोगों को कि जाइए, आप जाइए अफ्रीका जाइए, वहाँ आप अपना साम्राज्य स्थापित कीजिए. इंडिया जाइए, चाइना जाइए, यूएसए जाइए. तो उनका जो पैसा था उसका वैल्यू खत्म हो रहा था क्योंकि वो लोग छापते जा रहे थे. तो बैंकर्स ने कहा कि अगर आप इस तरह से करोगे तो आप जो छाप रहे हो नोट, उसका कोई वैल्यू नहीं रहेगा. और हमें आप पे विश्वास नहीं है कि आप ये जो वेंचर्स ले रहे हो, इतने महंगे वेंचर्स, इतना जो आप कॉलोनियलाइजेशन कर रहे हो, इसका आप हमको रिटर्न दे पाओगे. तब उन्होंने कहा कि हम एक इंडिपेंडेंट बॉडी, आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग यू ना वेरी सिंपल सेंस, ये पूरा एक हिस्टोरिकल प्रोसेस रहा. लेकिन मैं एक बताने के लिए कि क्यों सेंट्रल बैंक चाहिए, तो उन बैंकर्स जो उस समय के बैंकर्स थे, जो बिग हाउसेस थे, फाइनेंशियल हाउसेस थे, जो आज भी एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, उन लोगों ने बोला कि आप इतना फंडिंग कर रहे हो, आपके पास तो खुद पैसा नहीं है। तो किंग ने बोला नहीं, मेरे पास तो सोना है। तो उन्होंने बोला ये कैसे जानेंगे कि जितना आपका सोना है उतने का ही आप रुपये छाप रहे हो। तो किंग ने बोला मेरे पे विश्वास नहीं है तो मैं एक अलग, जस्ट फॉर एक्सप्लेनेशन, इट्स अ हिस्ट्री अगेन, आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि एग्जैक्टली ऐसा हुआ, लेकिन इस तरह से हुआ। तो उन लोगों ने बोला कि हमें आप पे कैसे फेथ होगा। सारे बैंकर्स बोले कि आप इतना जो फंडिंग हमसे ले रहे हो ये आप हमें रिपे करोगे। तो उसने बोला हमारे पास सोना है। तो बोला कि ये सोना, जितना सोना है उतना ही लोन ले रहे हो, ये कैसे पता चलेगा। तो फिर उन्होंने बोला ठीक है, मैं एक इंडिपेंडेंट मॉनेटरी अथॉरिटी बनाता हूँ जो कि जितना गोल्ड है उस हिसाब से करेंसी इशू करेगा। तो जब ये पूरा कंसेप्ट आया तो एक अलग इंडिपेंडेंट बॉडी जो हुई, उसी को सेंट्रल बैंक या रिजर्व बैंक या कहीं पे फेड रिजर्व या रिजर्व वर्ड आएगा या उस कंट्री का बैंक आएगा। जैसे फ्रांस में बैंक द फ्रांस है, इंग्लैंड में बैंक ऑफ इंग्लैंड है, इंडिया में रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया है एंड यूएस में फेड रिजर्व है। तो रिजर्व वर्ड वहीं से आया कि रिजर्व, कौन सा रिजर्व, जो गोल्ड रिजर्व था पहले, तो उधर से ही इसकी एक शुरुआत हुई। तो इस तरह से एक इंडिपेंडेंट बॉडी जो बैंकर्स से अलग है और जो एट द सेम टाइम गवर्नमेंट का हमेशा रोल रहता है कि हम पैसा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा छापें, तो इस प्रवृत्ति को रोकना एंड एट द सेम टाइम बैंकर्स के कंसेप्ट को कि द इंस्टीट्यूशन इज़ नॉट फेलिंग, इन दोनों को बराबर रखने के लिए सेंट्रल बैंक या एपेक्स बैंक की परिकल्पना की गई। तो अब आप समझे कि क्यों सेंट्रल बैंक की ज़रूरत है। हम लोग आपको इंडिया का सेंट्रल बैंक, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया क्या करता है वो भी बताएंगे। उसके बाद बताएंगे कि आपको कैसे करेंसी की पहचान करनी है। हम ये भी बताएंगे कि बैंकिंग सिस्टम कैसे ऑपरेट करता है, क्रेडिट सिस्टम कैसे ऑपरेट करता है, और जो भी आपके क्वेश्चंस होंगे वो क्वेश्चंस भी हम आपसे आपके बीच बीच में लेंगे। व्हाट आई रिक्वेस्ट इज़ कि हम लोग आपके लिए आ जाए हैं, तुम लोगों के लिए आए हैं, और इसको जितना भी जो हमारे लोग आपको, हम लोग जो आपके साथ बताएंगे, समझ आए ना आए उसको क्वेश्चन करो, पूछो, और हम लोग उसका आंसर करेंगे। वी आर हियर फॉर यू एंड वी वांट यू टू लर्न वॉट एवर वी कैन ऑफर यू फॉर दैट, एंड वी वांट यू टू बिकम brand ambassadors of financial literacy in Bhagalpur region. From today onwards, after this class, at least you all should be very clear as to what is right and wrong as far as financial environment of this country is concerned. हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि इस जगह पैसा डालना है कि नहीं डालना है, किससे चेक करें, कहाँ देखें, क्या ना करें, क्यों ना हम वाई शुड नॉट बी फॉल इन द ट्रैप ऑफ फ्रॉडस्टर्स, ये सारी चीज़ें पता चलेंगी। और इस चीज़ को अपने तक नहीं रखना है, यू हैव टू टेक टू योर फ्रेंड्स, यू हैव टू टेक टू योर पेरेंट्स एंड यू हैव टू टेक टू योर अदर पर्सन्स whom you know. And with this, now I will ask Abhinav to take this forward. I hope we will be able to today, आपको जो हम ब्रांड एम्बेसडर बनाना चाहते हैं, भागलपुर में ये पहला प्रोग्राम है मैम RBI का, और थैंक यू वेरी मच वंस अगेन कि आप लोगों ने इतना सारे जो स्टाफ वगैरह हैं कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे हैं, बच्चे कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे हैं। लेकिन इसका फ़ायदा तभी होगा जब हर एक डिप साइट ऑफ भागलपुर टेक्स इट एज अ मिशन कि हम जो आज सीखेंगे वो कम से कम कितने लोगों को बताओगे? आज जो सीखोगे कितने लोगों को बताओगे? कम से कम 5, ठीक है? कितना? 5 people. जोर से पंजा दिखा के बताओ। 5 people. हाँ, at least 5. So we are around 200 here, 200 people here, 200 kids. So we would be 1,000 by tomorrow. The knowledge would be in the 1,000 heads. Thank you very much. Thank you, and I hope that this will be an interesting session and you all will enjoy it. Thank you, kids. Thank you, all of you.
What is it? Tell. It's lion. It's lion or tiger? Tiger or lion? Are they two different animals? Or they are same? Any difference between tiger and lion? Okay. So earlier, when British were here, it was lion and palm tree were there, but now there's tiger. That lion got replaced by tiger. Okay? Yeah. So where is RBI headquarter? Yeah, please tell. Mumbai or Calcutta? How many of you say Calcutta? Okay, so almost 20% say Calcutta. And rest? Or Bhagalpur? Okay, yeah, right. So earlier it was in Calcutta, but it was shifted to Mumbai. And the first note which RBI issued was in rupees 5, rupees 10 notes. Okay? So as we can see that for Myanmar it was central bank till 1947, and for Pakistan till June 1948, and after State Bank of Pakistan was formed, then RBI ceased to exist as Central Bank of Pakistan. Okay? So who was first governor of RBI? Shri Deshmukh. Who was first governor? Yeah, please. Huh? Reading from here or you know that? Huh? Visible? It's not visible. So, is it not visible or he is not telling the truth? Visible? No, it's visible. So I asked who was the first governor, not first Indian governor. It is written Indian governor here. Any more guesses? So sir, Osborne Smith was first governor of RBI, okay? And Shri C.D. Deshmukh was first Indian governor of RBI, right? And how many of you know about demonetization? नोटबंदी के बारे में सुना था? क्या पहली बार ऐसा हुआ था? It has happened earlier also. First demonetization which happened was in January 1946. At that time, 10,000 rupees notes was also valid. That was demonetized. 1,000 rupees note was demonetized and 500 rupees note was demonetized. 3 notes got demonetized during that time. Okay? Okay. So we will see about what is the function of RBI. What are the different functions that RBI is performing. As I think someone was saying from here that RBI issues currency and only RBI can issue currency. That is one of the very important function which RBI is doing. Can anyone else issue currency? Coins are issued by Indian government. Anyone agree to what he is saying? Coins are issued by Indian government? Sir will tell.
Chocolate, will you give me chocolate? So, what do you want to know?
So, he says that coins are issued by government. So, he is right actually. Coins are issued by government and RBI distributes coin to the public. We are not issuing, but currency notes from 2 to 2000. 5000 का नोट कितने लोगों ने देखा है? 2 लोगों ने देखा है 5000 का? तुमने भी देखा है? Where? So he has seen 5,000 rupees notes. Okay.
My bhaiya.
Hello.
On 5. So on the computer I have seen, and he printed me and gave me with a paint, and I was faked by that. So I when bhaiya said that it is fake not because of 5,000 note is not there. So I also see the.
So 5,000 note is not there. The highest denomination which is currently available is 2,000 rupees. So if you get any WhatsApp message or something stating that 5,000 rupees is there, 350 rupees note. I've heard people saying that 350 रुपया का note आ गया है क्या market में मुझे चाहिए. So don't believe them. Okay. All right, so moving to next function, we have banker to banks. Like we go to a bank, we have account in bank. So bank also has to go somewhere. They also, so they maintain account with Reserve Bank of India. That's way we act as banker to banks. And then we also act as banker to government. So government is also having its expenditure, the government is having its revenue. So we act banker to government also. We will see all these functions in detail. Monetary policy, financial inclusion, foreign exchange management, and payment and settlement system. So these are the major functions which RBI is performing. So we will see each of them one by one. Okay, go back. So RBI is issuing currency. What does that mean? Is RBI printing those currency? Printing हो रहा है क्या? Note क्या? How do we get these bank notes? From where do we get? There are presses. जैसे पेपर न्यूज़पेपर आता है ना प्रेस से, सिमिलरली नोट्स जो होते हैं करेंसी नोट वो भी प्रेस में प्रिंट होते हैं. So there are 4 press from where these currency notes are coming. Anyone can tell me all the 4 names? 4 names of the press. Come. Yeah, tell.
Pune, Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi.
Guess, was it a guess? You took a guess or you know that? No, actually none of them is correct. So any other guesses by anyone else? Who said Nashik? He said Nashik? Okay. There are 4 presses. Tell me the 4 names.
Nashik.
Now can you tell? It's not visible. Okay, remove it. हटा दीजिए. Now anyone can tell where are the 4 presses? I know the answer also. Anyone else apart from him? Anyone from girl side? Huh? Yeah, please tell.
Nasik, Devas, Salboni, Mysore.
Okay, is it chocolate? So there are 4 presses where these currency are printed, but all the 4 presses are not owned by Reserve Bank of India. 2 press are owned by Government of India and 2 press are owned by Reserve Bank of India. So there is a press in Salboni and there is a press in Mysore. These 2 are owned by Reserve Bank of India, and there are 2 other in Devas and Nasik, which is owned by Government of India. Apart from this currency notes, we have coins also. As he was rightly telling that government issues coin, and there are 4 mints. Mints means where coin is minted, from where coin comes. There are 4 mints. So who can tell where are the 4 mints? Yeah? Anyone can tell? Okay, I'll give you some hint to make an intelligent guess. One is in north, one is in east, west and south. So they are saying Hyderabad, Noida, Mumbai, Kolkata. How many of you agree with that? They all are right. So there are 4 prints, as he rightly said: Mumbai, Noida, Kolkata and Hyderabad, which is fully owned by Government of India. Since all 3 of you have told, I am not going to give any chocolate to you. Okay, please. Okay, so once these currency notes are printed in different presses, so how does it come to a general public? If I want money, I get it from ATM, I get it from bank. But what is the flow from press? Where does money go? So once the money is printed in press, then it goes to issue office. What is issue office? In RBI, suppose in Patna we have our office. So from press, so Salboni is nearest. From Salboni they will send fresh and new notes to our office, and we will keep it in our office, and from there we will send it to currency chest. So there are different currencies. There are many currency chests in the state of Bihar and as well as Jharkhand. So these currency chests are kind of repository for these bank notes. Banks don't keep that much of money. It's all the money are stored in currency chest. From currency chest, one currency chest has different banks. Suppose in Bhagalpur there are 25 banks. All the 25 banks, they will be linked to a currency chest. So whenever they need money, whenever they need cash, they can get it from currency chest. So from currency chest, flow is to bank branches. In bank branches, how many of you have visited banks or not visited banks? Bank ko gaya hai aaj tak? Everyone? So if you go to bank, you will see there are banking counters. From counters you can take money, right? Or you can go to ATM. Nowadays no one is going to the counters. Most of them will be going to bank ATMs and get the money. So from ATMs we can get the money. And also in our office at Patna, we have a counter. From there also we give money to general public. They can come, they can exchange money. If you have old note, if you have torn, mutilated notes, you can come to the counter, you can exchange it for new notes. Okay? Clean note policy. Clean note मतलब क्या? साफ सुथरा वो. Have you heard that sound which a new note makes? That crackling sound. And if you look at the old notes, it will not make any sound. So those are called soil notes. And Reserve Bank of India has clean note policy to ensure uninterrupted supply and circulation of good quality bank notes. So how many of you staple your bank notes? Has anyone stapled their bank notes? So you should not staple, okay? You should not write anything. How many of you have written certain things on bank notes? Formulas or answers? Anyone? No, good. And also, how many of you are planning to wear that mala is there, no? Garland. Note ka mala hota hai, शादी के time पहनवाते हैं. How many of you are planning that for your marriage? To wear note garlands? Any enterprising person here? No? You should not do that. Okay? Right. Okay. So we thought that we 4 minutes, right? So if you have a coin, you look at the coin. In coin you will find year written. When the coin was minted. Below that year you can see certain marks. This rhombus thing, if you see in a coin, if you have coin, you can see it right now also. Then it means that coin was minted in Mumbai. If you have star mark, it means it was minted in Hyderabad. If you have this dot circle, it means it was minted in Noida. And if you have nothing, from where is it coming? Kolkata. Okay, right. So 50 paisa are called small coins, and 1 rupee and above are called rupee coins. What is the maximum denomination which can be printed in a coin? Right now it's 10, okay, but it can be printed up to 1000. Yes. Cost exactly I am not sure, but the value, whatever value we are giving in the coin, it is very much less compared to that, because earlier someone what can do, they can start melting those coins, and from that metal cost they can start selling it. That is why the cost of metal is quite compared to the denomination of the coin. Yeah, right.
That time the minting cost was like high or low?
It's always kept below the cost, means the whatever 25 paisa is there, no? So whatever cost will come in minting, means whatever will the metal cost, it will come out to be less than that 25 paisa. So it is not very lucrative for people to melt those coins and start selling in the other market. Okay? Yeah. No. No. Cost of all the coins are not same because the metals which are being used, no, that is different for different. Somewhere it is mixed, like somewhere it is steel is also used, somewhere little bit of copper is also used. So there is mix of those coins. So value will not be same for, because the weight is also not same for all the coins. Okay. Okay. So coming to second function, banker to bank. As we were discussing that suppose I am going to a bank, what I do, I deposit my money. If I have extra money, I earn interest on that, okay? And if I want a loan, I go to bank again, I take money, I pay interest to bank. So banks are also having extra money with them many a times. What they will do, they can deposit those extra money with Reserve Bank of India and they can earn interest also for that. And similarly, whenever they need money, they can come to Reserve Bank of India and ask, I need more money, so please give me money, and in return they will pay interest rate. So in this way, Reserve Bank of India acts as banker to bank. Also, it is lender of the last resort. What do we mean by lender of the last resort is, suppose a bank is unable to, bank not only takes money from Reserve Bank of India when it needs, it can take money from other banks also. So when no bank is putting trust in one bank, then what happens is, it's like they can come to Reserve Bank of India anytime. It will be there. It will be there to guide it, handhold it, support it. That is why it is known as lender of the last resort. Okay. Banker to government. Next slide is banker to government. So government also receives money. Revenue is there. What are the source of revenue for the government? Any one source, if someone can tell? Not you have answered a lot. Anyone from this side? So, do you want 5-star or dairy milk? Any choices? No? So, someone can tell me? Huh? Tax, exactly. She is correct. Tax is the major source of revenue for government, right? So, once government receives tax, where is it going to keep it? Government should be having account somewhere, right? So that money is maintained by, that account is maintained by Reserve Bank of India. And government has expenditure also. Government has to pay money also. To whom does government pay money? Any example? Any example? Foreign country. For economic development also, for office, salary, pension, making roads, lot of expenditures government has, right? So for that purpose also these accounts come in handy. And also Reserve Bank of India, if government needs some money urgently, RBI provides that money to government. Okay. Next. Monetary policy. Reserve Bank of India is monetary authority of the country. What is meant by monetary authority? Controlling inflation, encouraging growth, and financial stability. We will see what this term means. Before going any further, who can tell what is inflation? Anyone knows about inflation? Yes. Okay. Value. Right. So value of goods is increasing, then there will be erosion of money. So yeah, it means the same. So I'll give one to you also. Okay, thank you. He's our economics teacher. Oh, very nice. So teachers are allowed to eat chocolate here, no, ma'am? They are allowed. Okay, nice. So we have given certain booklets in our pen drive, soft copy. I have taken a snapshot of that. You can go through those booklets also. It's this, what happens here, what they are saying is, in economics class only. So ma'am is teaching these concepts, what is monetary policy, what is inflation. So children find that it is very difficult to understand. So there is one person, Mani Kumar. So Mani Kumar works with Reserve Bank of India, and Mani Kumar comes and he says, okay, I'll take you all on a tour. I'll explain the concepts. One of the students says that why can't we print money? Why can't we have enough money? So he says, okay, he gives 500 rupees to everyone. So they go on a tour to play a video game. Okay, the cost of video game was 100 rupees per person. But since everyone was having 500 rupees, so there was a long line. So what this shopkeeper thinks that, okay, I'll increase the price since there are so many of them. So it increases the price to 200, 300, more than 500. So less and less number of children, they were able to play. So even if they all had enough money, but there was no use because everyone was having enough money. If I give 10 lakh rupees to everyone, what will happen? Someone will start selling onion for 1 lakh rupees per kg. Okay? So we won't be able to buy it. So that is why printing money or having enough money is not a solution. Can you count the number of zeros on the note? 100 billion. Zimbabwe printed these notes. In Zimbabwe, inflation is so much that they are printing notes starting from $10 to $100 billion. What will you get for $100 billion? 2 kg of rice, 3 kg potato, maybe. So printing more money is not enough. Okay? Come. So he is, just 1 minute. He is asking that why do we need dollars for transacting with different countries? So there should be one common currency. I can't, otherwise it will be similar to barter system. Like suppose I have to import oil. If I have to buy oil from Iran, I can't pay him in rupee, right? If I pay Iran in rupee, then it will go to, if it has to get something from China, China will say I don't take rupee because my people don't accept rupee, right? It will give renminbi, then America will say dollar. So there's one common currency which is being used mostly, US dollar. Yeah.
Like we are having rupees right now.
Right.
In India.
Right.
Transacting with other countries, how will we like converting that rupee into dollars?
Rupee into dollar. So that is one of the important functions of RBI, foreign exchange management. We will look into it just in 5 minutes. That what is happening, where you can go. Okay. So what happens that once inflation starts increasing, so RBI what it does, it pushes up the interest rate. If interest rate is, just 1 minute. If interest rate is more, so what will happen? Suppose I have to buy a car for 10 lakh rupees. If bank is charging me the 10% interest rate, I will think, okay, I'll wait for some time when interest rate decreases to 8% to 6%, then I will car. And if I have money with me, if I have cash with me, what will I do? I will go to bank, I will deposit. Okay, so bank is giving me 10% of interest rate. So for 100 rupees I deposit, I will get 10 rupees at the end of the year. So I will go and deposit the money. In this way, the total number of money which we have with us, that will decrease. It will go to the bank. So that is how inflation is being controlled and financial stability is being maintained. If there is lot of fluctuations in price, then especially poor people, they get hurt very much because most of them, if they are earning 100 rupees, most of the money is spent on food items. But for richer people, if they are earning 10,000 also, same, almost similar expenditure will happen for food items. That is why inflation should be under control, which is a very important function of Reserve Bank of India. Okay. Financial inclusion and development. So financial, as you can see, it is providing access to appropriate financial products and service, which means you have a bank account, you should have a bank account, you should get insurance, farmers should get insurance for their crops, we should have health insurance. These insurance products and other banking facilities should be provided at an affordable cost to everyone, especially weaker section and vulnerable section. So that is meant by financial inclusion. So Reserve Bank of India has taken lot of initiatives in this regard. First was bank nationalization happened. Lot of banks were nationalized in 1969. Then in 1972, priority sector norms. Priority sector means if a bank is giving 100 rupees as a loan amount, then they have fixed 40 rupees should be given to people who need it, like farmers, like small business, like for education, for purpose of housing. So earlier it was not happening before this priority sector norms came into picture. And after that, RRB established regional rural bank for every smaller area catering to smaller transaction needs. RRBs were established. Then again banks were nationalized in 1980. 1998 KCC introduced for farmers. It was like credit card that was introduced. Then DBT, direct benefit transfer, we have introduced. So who are unbanked? Means we don't have banking facilities. We all don't have banking facilities. If we look at the countries, Bangladesh, China, India, Indonesia, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, these are the countries 46%. Only few countries account for 46% of people who are unbanked, and rest of the world is 54. So these countries needs more attention. They need to see that all the people in the country are provided with banking services. And if we look at the gender inequality also, unbanked people, those who don't have bank accounts, women are 56%. So there is a gender inequality. So we need to address them as quickly as possible. So if we all have a bank account, if I have a bank account, I can take loan from bank, I can start my business. So it promotes sustainable growth. Poor people, if they don't have bank account, they go to money lenders, sahukar, they take money from them at higher interest of rate and they are further exploited. So these can be prevented. And savings, you can put your savings in bank, you can earn interest on them. Then also it promotes self-employment. You can take loan from bank, you can start your own shop or whatever business you want to. Then also it has been found that those who are not financially included, they fall into the trap of poverty, mostly because of these reasons. They take money from money lender, they don't have money for starting business, so they don't earn any money. As he was asking, where did he go? Okay, he was asking that how do we, if suppose I want to visit USA, or if I want to go to USA for education, then I can't pay to college university in USA, I can't pay Harvard in Indian rupee, they will not accept it. They want dollar. Dollar is acceptable everywhere. So RBI, what it does is, it issue license to banks and their authorized dealer also. Few dealers are there to whom license will be given. They can, we can take rupee, we can go there, they will give us dollar in return, and we can go and study in Harvard or Cambridge or Oxford, wherever you want. Also, gold reserve of the country, RBI maintains the gold. There is gold, lot of gold is there. Anyone who wants 1 kg or 2 kg? And also RBI maintains dollar rate. So $1 equals to somewhere around 70, $1 is equal to how much rupees? 175. 71. I thought it was 120 something. So it's okay. Its value changes every day. So what happens? Right now it's near to 70. What happens if it goes to 170? Will you be able to go to US? Will you be able to go to England? Because what will happen, suppose you're spending 10 lakh rupees for going to US, now you will have to spend 20, 30 lakh rupees, right? If the value of dollar, if dollar appreciates. Means, yes, you want to ask something?
Sir, I have a question that if a poverty people have to get some 10 lakhs money for their business opportunity, and the money lender will give only 9 lakhs. So the poor people can they take the rupees from RBI or not?
From RBI direct, how many of you have account with Reserve Bank of India? Or your parents or grandparents?
So my father.
He has account with Reserve Bank of India. Do you have ATM card or passbook?
My father.
Yes, for RBI. You go and check once. You cannot open any account with Reserve Bank of India. That is with commercial banks. Like State Bank you can open, Punjab Bank you have opened, Canada Bank you can open, okay? But you can't open it with Reserve Bank of India, okay? You just go and check if he has ATM card or passbook or not. Fine. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, Padmanabha Swami Mandir, which is in Kerala, there it is.
Sir, I will ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
My question is that we often say that dollars are now the world's currency. So how it came to become the world's currency, not any other currencies like euro could be something other, but why dollars?
Dollar became a strong currency because if you look at history, World War happened, right? After World War, America emerged as the strongest country. So that is how it's not only strongest country, lot of trade flourished, so it's considered as a safe haven. There is trust, it's all trust game. People trust in dollar. That is how it came into existence, and not euro as you were saying. Yeah.
Reserves of trillions of dollars in Padmanabha Swami Mandir.
Okay.
Why don't we get their reserves out from that level? Because as India is targeting for $5 trillion economy, so it would be much easier for India.
He is saying that there are a lot of money in temples, not only in temples.
Gold and diamonds and gemstones. There are reserves.
Government has started some scheme like gold monetization and scheme where you can put gold and earn interest rate. I think they might do.
The reserves which are kept from like 100 years ago.
Right. I understand what you are saying. So they might be doing something because whatever is coming in newspaper, that doesn't. I have not read it properly, but I think they might be investing their gold somewhere.
What happens to the treasures which are found already?
Which are?
Found already and are like dig up.
Digging of treasures, I'm not sure it is happening, but if you dig it somewhere and if you get treasure, you have to report it to government first. You can't take it to your home. Okay? So, payment and settlement system, if you have to transfer money to someone, you can do it by check, you can do it by draft, you can use, everyone has used Paytm and Google Pay. You guys have used. From ATM also you can use money. So these payment systems, these are working properly, these are secure, that is also monitored by Reserve Bank of India. Okay? Escape. इसको क्लोज कर दीजिए. क्लोज कर दीजिए. उसको खोलिए. So I'll take 5 minutes more just to show you features of currency. How would you identify which currency is fake and which currency is real? Yes, please tell.
There is a confusion in all notes. We see that 2000, 5000 note. How will we, if there is the similar path, like if we say 2000 note, there is written Reserve Bank of India in all notes. So if the printed note have also written Reserve Bank of India, how will we recognize that this note is fake or this note is not fake?
That is what we are going to discuss. Okay?
Sir.
And there is no 5,000 rupees notes.
2000.
Yeah.
If we
Okay. So these were old notes. So okay, go ahead. So these are new notes, 10, 50, 100, 200, 500, 2000. Okay. Okay, so in order to answer your question, how are we going to identify which note is real or fake? These are certain security features which all banks are having. First is latent image. Latent means hidden image. If we see it in light, something would be visible. We will see what is visible. Micro letter. So we have to use that magnifying glass to see what is written. That is known as micro letters. See through register. Again, you have to see through light to see what is written there, which it is 500 or 2000. Intaglio printing. This is raised printing. Even if you don't see, if you touch, you will see it's raised. That printing is raised from the notes. So you can identify which note is that. We will see how. Angular bleed lines. So there are this angular lines that also you can just touch and feel because it is raised from the notes. Security thread. Again, security thread, it changes color. When you see it in certain angle, it will change color. And watermark. Watermark is, if you would have seen a note, then Gandhiji image would come if you see it through certain angle. Okay, we will see that. So this is 2000 rupees note. We will see 2000 rupees note. So first is this 2000 see-through register. Again, if you hold it against light, you can see 2000 written properly. And for 500 also you can see 500 is written properly. This is first identification mark. We'll see second. So again, this is latent image is there. So if you hold it at 45-degree angle, you can see 2000 rupees written in your bank note. If you are holding it straight, nothing would be visible. You have to hold it and if you tilt the note, you would be able to see the color change from green to blue, and also again there is inscription Bharat, RBI and 2000 in that thread. Okay. So there is promise clause signed by Governor of Reserve Bank of India. Who is Governor of Reserve Bank of India? Please tell. How many of you say it's Ujit Patel? You can raise your hands, it's okay. Who? Yes, it's Mr. Shaktikant Das. Thank you for telling that. Please pass him. I'll give him 2 chocolates for answering this correct, because no one could answer this question. Then again we have Mahatma Gandhi portrait, and there will be, if you hold a note, if you tilt the note at around 45-degree angle, you can see Mahatma Gandhi portrait there clearly. Then there will be certain numbers written that increases in font. As you can see, the size of the numbers keep on increasing. So if it's a fake note, that number might be of same size or might be decreasing, but it's increasing in size. 2000 is written there. It also changes color from green to blue. It will change if you hold it in a tilted manner, it will change its color. Okay. Then we have Ashoka pillar emblem, which is also there, that has to be there. Then again this 2000 is written within that rectangle. You can see rupees 2000, and that is also raised printing, which we were talking earlier. You can just touch and see that it is there, rectangle shape is there, and you can identify that it is 2000 rupees note. And these are called bleed lines. So we can see 4. How many bleed lines are there in 2000 rupees note? How do you know that? How many are there? So it's 7 seventh line was not visible there. Okay, so there are 7 bleed lines. You can touch those bleed lines, you can count that it is 7, and you can say that it is 2000 rupees note. And again, year of printing is mentioned, 2016 this note was printed. Next. And we have Swachh Bharat logo with slogan, Ek Kadam Swachhta Ki Or. And language panel is there, 15 languages mentioned there, you can see. And what is this? Mangalyaan, 2000 rupees, we have Mangalyaan there. What is behind 500 rupees note? Go ahead. Red Fort is there. What is behind 200 rupees note? Mangalyaan? Mangalyaan is there? Anyone can tell? Or is it Sanchi Stoop? How many bleed lines are there? 4 bleed lines are there and 2 circles are there in between. Okay? Sanchi Stoop is at the back. Similarly, for 100 rupees, we have Rani Ki Vav, that is the motive there. And similarly, you can see for 50 and 10. Okay? So I'll finish this session. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will hand it over to Rakesh sir. He will be talking about a very important aspects in banking, digital banking. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Abhinav. Before I start, I have 2 offers for the student. Abhinav had offered chocolates for the students who were answering correctly. I will give chocolates to those students who asked me a good question on the topic I am covering. So this is the first offer, which is positive for you. And the negative offer is that if I see students speaking, I'll ask questions to the person who is speaking. So be ready for that. So as Abhinav told that I'll be speaking about digital banking. So can anybody tell me what is digital banking? Anybody from backside? Yes, madam. Tell me, please. First, tell me your name. Mic is there?
My name is Rose, and digital banking is mostly when we transfer money from net, like from one bank to another, and we can use Paytm, Bheem app and others.
Very good answer, very good answer. Please give a chocolate to madam. So as our beloved student told that by way of example, whether it is Bheem, Paytm, all those modes. I'll cover the definitional aspect somewhat later. Can anybody recognize this fellow? Bill Gates. Bill Gates is saying what? Exactly he is saying what? He is saying the world needs banking, but it does not need banks. It's quite a drastic statement to make. He is trying to indicate that there is no need to have a brick and mortar structure. एक physical bank होने की जरूरत नहीं है. In the sense that you need not go to a branch to get the banking services. That's what exactly digital banking offers to you. Digital banking is basically doing or availing banking services through digital modes. As ma'am told, maybe Paytm, Bheem, debit card, credit card. If you go to the bookish language, because student life that is also quite important. If you go to the bookish language, it says that if in any leg of the transaction, cash is not there, then it will be digital banking. For example, there can be 2. If I go to an ATM, I withdraw cash. So one transaction is happening automatically or digitally, my account is getting debited, I am getting cash. So in one leg, no cash is involved, in another leg, cash is involved, still that is digital banking. The another example is like Paytm. मुझे कोई दुकान, I went to a shop, I like the product, I want to buy that, I just make payment through Paytm, no cash is involved. my account is getting debited, the other person is receiving the money, I am getting the product. That is digital banking in simpler terms. So I hope it is clear. Any doubt on that? Yes, no, bhook lag gaya kya? Yes, tell me. You have a doubt? Yeah, tell me. Just hand over the mic, please.
I have a doubt that my sister,
Pehle. Yeah. Next. Fine. Yeah, tell me.
I have a doubt that my sister is now, I am very now discussed with the Google paying, because my sister has gone to Gurudwara and she said that booking, because there was 100 of people, and when he paid on Google, the fraudest people at 100 and at 1 minute the rupees cost was changing, that he issued 1 lakh, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, and all my sisters rupees that was given from my father, it was managed.
A fraud happened, you are trying to say?
Yes,
A fraud
sir.
happened within your family.
Yes, sir.
So you referred some Gurdwara.
Yes, sir. There
So she was trying to make a payment.
Yes, sir.
She was trying to make a payment to a Gurdwara.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's the same incident, why she was trying to make a payment to Gurdwara?
So because it was a very famous, and it was it was doing the hotel and the book and the food.
I get it. I'll come. This fraud, what is your good name?
Satyam.
Satyam, kindly have a seat. The fraud which Satyam is trying to tell has happened with lot of people. You can, a lot of forward messages are there on WhatsApp also, explaining the modus operandi, how exactly that kind of frauds are taking place. I'll discuss that in detail once in the latter half of my presentation. Let's talk about, first we have understood what exactly is digital banking. Means any payment, any banking services, if I am availing through digital modes, through electronic mode, where I am not physically going to a branch, that is called digital banking. We are pretty clear on that. What are the modes available for digital banking? Madam told Bheem, Paytm, right? So these are e-wallets. Mobile, we just go like, हम लोग अपना पर्स लेके चलते हैं. We need not carry that purse. We can download that purse on our mobile. That becomes e-wallet. So Bheem hai, Paytm hai, Google Pay hai, all these are e-wallets. Another you can see here is cards. Debit card सबने देखा होगा? What exactly do you require to use a debit card? क्या बोलते हैं उसको? PIN. So if I have a debit card, मैं गया और मुझे एक ड्रेस बहुत अच्छी लगी. I wanted to buy, ठंड आ गई, I wanted to buy a blazer, I wanted to buy a jacket, I go to a shop, I like that product, I just go, pick that blazer up, I go to the counter, I just give my debit card, he swipes it on a machine. Correct? We have seen that machine? Everybody has seen that machine? Yes, sir. What is that called? Okay, what is that called? If somebody tells me, it's written here. It reads card, but that is not the exact nomenclature of that machine. If somebody tells me what is the name of that machine, I'll give one chocolate. POS machine. So kindly give a chocolate to sir. It's point of sale. It's simple. एक दुकानदार क्या करता है? What exactly that shopkeeper is trying to do? He is selling a product. So from that point, he is receiving a payment. He is selling a product. It is point of sale. Great. So now we have discussed. So there can be a debit card, then can be a credit card. We'll not go into the difference much because that is not what is important here. Secondly, we have discussed e-wallets. Thirdly, mobile banking. Have you heard of mobile banking, internet banking? Has somebody used it? Somebody has used it? In which class you are there? In which? 10th. So you have used it for your account or you have used for your parents' account? For your parents. What exactly happens is a simple thing that you have हम email खोलते हैं, we go to Facebook and all, we have a login, we have a password. If we have to open a Facebook, what we do? We go to system, we put our login ID, we put our password, and then Facebook comes up. Similarly for internet banking and mobile banking. Facebook का app भी होता है, we can download it. So let us try to understand this way. If I am accessing my Facebook account through web, through laptop, That is one way. The another is Facebook app. Similarly, if I am accessing my banking services through that web, it is internet banking. I go to that laptop, I put the name of the website, I have a login ID, I put that login ID, I put my password. But if I have to do a transaction, one extra layer is added. What exactly is that? OTP. Whoever tells me the full form of OTP, one chocolate to that. Oh, so many. So no chocolates, and it's an easy question. Great, great. And it's quite good that you are getting more and more interactive. I just keep on doing this, so you will learn a lot. So OTP, sorry? CAPTCHA. So that is also one point. Okay. So this OTP, this CAPTCHA, what exactly is trying to do? It's giving you an additional layer of security. It is giving you another factor of authentication. It is two-factor authentication. That I know my login ID and password, like I know for Facebook. Additionally, I have to give that OTP, or as he is pointing out, CAPTCHA in some cases. So we have discussed cards, we have discussed mobile and internet banking, we have discussed e-wallets like prepaid instrument, we have discussed POS. Everybody has seen ATMs? ATM is simple to use. You go, how many of you have used an ATM card on an ATM machine? Means withdrawn cash. So not many. How many of you have bank accounts? Don't tell me. You have to raise your hands. Lot of you may be having bank account. At least those who are in class 9th and 10th. Oh. So I believe lot of you do not have bank accounts. Am I correct or wrong? Yes, madam. What about you? You have a bank account?
Yes, sir.
Then why are you not raising your hand? You should raise your hand.
Raise my hand.
Thank you. Thank you. So, I was asking that you have seen ATM. How you withdraw money from your ATM is clear to you. Do you know what is micro ATM? Anybody knows what is a micro ATM? What is micro? Small? Very small? Smaller than mini? So simple. ATM we know. If we minimize it, if we go to a miniature version of an ATM, it will become a micro ATM. So micro ATM is just double of this at max. Maybe one and a half of this, or maybe just double of this. Simple. You go with your card, then there are certain limitations, in the sense that you can withdraw to certain limit only, because the person who is holding micro ATM will have limited cash. It's not like a big ATM machine where you can feed cash. So say a restriction of 2000 is there, you go to that person which is appointed by a commercial bank to operate in the areas where banks are not there. In the rural areas, even in Bhagalpur you can have not far than here, say 10 kilometer or maybe 7 kilometers down the line you go, you will find this kind of micro ATMs. People have opened shops, units, they sit there with this kind of instrument which is just double of a mobile phone. You can go use your debit card on that and swipe it, withdraw cash. So micro ATM is clear to us. UPI का नाम सुना है? Has anybody heard UPI? So who can explain to me what is UPI? Facebook use करते हैं हम, WhatsApp use करते हैं. All these facilities we are taking. What if an app is created where all these things can be accessed? It will be a good idea? Satyam, what do you think? It will be a good idea? So UPI is something like that. UPI, as I have written, you can see that it powers multiple bank accounts in a single application. Say I am having an account in SBI, I am having an account in ICICI, you are having an account in, say, Bank of Baroda, I have to transact with you. Then this mechanism has come. It's an app which is connected to all these banks. If I have to transact, I can transact through this. Only one thing is required. As we know, Facebook use karna hota, what exactly we do? We go and download it. Similarly, you have to download it. And then one extra layer of authentication is required for financial transaction, that MPIN is there. Then with this, if I have to transact with multiple banks, I can do this through UPI. It's basically acting as an interface between multiple banks. Am I clear? अगर भूल भी जाए तो कभी ऐसे याद रख सकते हैं कि यार फेसबुक भी खोलो, व्हाट्सएप भी खोलो. इन 4 चीजों को खोलने से अच्छा कि अगर कोई एक ही ऐप होता from where I can access all these apps. So something similar to that is UPI. And then one, just for the academic purpose, one is Aadhaar enabled payment system. How many of you have Aadhaar? So many. What if I need not carry an ATM and all? I have a bank account. I can do all kind of transactions through Aadhaar. Aadhaar कैसे यूज करते हैं हम? 2 तरीके होते हैं. क्या देना पड़ता है हमें? थंब इम्प्रेशन. वो काम नहीं करे तो iris. So I go, there is an account which I am maintaining. That account is linked with my Aadhaar. I go to a center, I say that I want to withdraw so much money from my account. What exactly he will require? My thumb impression. He is using my thumb impression. He is using that as an authentication that I am the owner of that account, and then he will give me whatever money I require. So what exactly Aadhaar is doing? Aadhaar is enabling that payment, correct? That is why the nomenclature is Aadhaar enabled payment system. And the last one is USSD. Full form is unstructured supplementary service data. What if मैं थोड़ा गांव में रहता हूँ, मेरे को, या मैं थोड़ा बूढ़ा हूँ, मुझे ये व्हाट्सएप ये सब चलाना नहीं आता, मुझे ये स्मार्टफोन चलाना नहीं आता, या मुझे स्मार्टफोन मेरे पास नहीं है, उसके लिए भी we have to think something. So for that kind of people, in order to include them also in this revolution, that product has come. It is this is the product where you can do some kind of limited financial activities or banking services you can access in an offline mode. On a you need not to have a smartphone. With the basic phone you can act. That is star. You can try also if you have a bank account, *99#. You put it, it is right now operating not only in English but in 13 regional languages as well. So if anybody want to try, they can just simply put *99#. Next slide. इसको minimize करिए, एक वीडियो है वो चलाना, minimize करिए. So right now I will be showing a video to all of you. Just try to understand what the message is coming out from that video. IMPS. नीचे, हाँ, this one. Can we increase the volume?
मैं नहीं कर सकता इंतजार, मुझे चाहिए पंप. खेत में पानी खत्म. पंप की दुकान तो खुलवाएंगे, मगर बैंक है बंद. तो बोलो भाई पैसे कहां से आएंगे? अरे IMPS जब से आया है, पैसे की क्या कोई बाधा है? IMPS यानी इमीडिएट पेमेंट सर्विस या तुरंत पैसे ट्रांसफर करने की सुविधा. इस सुविधा से आप अपने अकाउंट से किसी भी अकाउंट में पैसे ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं, कहीं भी कभी भी, वो भी अपने मोबाइल, इंटरनेट या ATM द्वारा. हाँ बेटा, दुकान तो खुल गई, अब तू पैसे भेज दे जल्दी. हुए पूरे 5000. आ गए पैसे, ये लो मेरे यार. चमत्कार चमत्कार. चमत्कार नहीं, IMPS तुरंत पैसे ट्रांसफर करने की सुविधा. ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए अपने बैंक मैनेजर या PPI आउटलेट से संपर्क करें.
स्लाइड वापस चला दीजिए. सो अभी हमने देखा ये इमीडिएट पेमेंट सर्विस. It's like 24/7. If we want to make payment, we can make payment through this kind of service. So what the intention was that I wanted to show this video just to rejuvenate your mind to this direction that कि क्या benefit हमें मिल रहे हैं when we go for digital banking and digital modes of payment. Can anybody tell me from this video itself 2-3 benefits were clear? Anybody apart from you, because you have answered a lot. You have answered, madam. Now this video was pretty clear. अभी अपने से नहीं भी सोचना है तो वीडियो से मैसेज क्लियर था. What kind of benefit we are deriving from digital banking? Yes, madam. आप बताइए. Any one of you? Yes.
So with the help of digital banking, we don't need to go to bank.
Perfect.
As a result, I can transfer or I can take money at the same time, at the same place, at the same moment. And the second benefit is we have many of security layers with us. We have OTP, we have CAPTCHA for human verification. So as a result, it is very safe.
Very true. Correct. Kindly give chocolate to madam. Answer is clear that n number of benefits we are deriving from digital banking. First factor she told is convenience. कल 25 दिसंबर है, Christmas है, बैंक तो ओपन नहीं होगा. But if you want money, if you have to do some transaction, we can do through our debit card, our credit card, or NEFT, or like IMPS. So we, as is being depicted through these pictures, that we need not go to physically to those branches. जैसा मैंने पहली स्लाइड में दिखाया था, what our Bill Gates sir was saying, that we need banking, we do not need banks. So I need to withdraw money. For that I need not to go to a bank. Some other benefits are there to every. Next please. Like for customer, as madam was telling that it is easy for me, it is quite convenient for me, it is like anywhere, anytime banking. Can we remember this? What exactly digital banking is giving to us? Anywhere, anytime banking. I am not hearing louder voices. Kindly say it loudly. Anywhere, anytime banking. That is the motto. Kabhi bhi, kahin bhi. Correct? Next is, as security has already been discussed, for government kai benefit hai. I think our friend from here was discussing that what is the cost of minting a coin. Similarly, for printing currency, cost is involved. So if digital banking is increasing day by day, what exactly will happen? That we will have a need to print lesser number of currencies. So the cost which is involved in printing those currencies will be reduced. That's one thing. Secondly, अभी black money सुना है किसी ने? Corruption, black money, क्या करते हैं ये लोग? ये लोग पैसे रखते हैं, ये लोग बैंक अकाउंट में तो पैसे नहीं रखते, ये लोग फिजिकली पैसे रखते हैं. अगर कैश ही कम हो जाएगा, हमारी कैशलेस सोसाइटी हो जाए और our society becomes a cash light society say, what exactly will happen? The quantity of currency will come down. So these black marketeers जो holders हैं या जो black money रखते हैं, उनके पास कैश कम होगा रखने के लिए, because there is less scope. If all the transactions are happening through digital mode, everything is getting recorded, तो black money भी कम हो जाएगा. हाँ, you have a question, sir, tell me.
We have a digital banking, like we have seen a video. If we are giving, the black money are taken by the digital banks.
How the black money will taken by digital bank? See, for using digital banking, you have to have money in your account.
Okay, sir.
So if that money you are putting in your account, it's getting recorded. So every person, see, every authority knows that you have so much money in your account. If I am from income tax, I will know कि आपके बैंक में कितना पैसा है. As a banker, I will come to know. तो आप पैसा छुपा नहीं पाएंगे. You will not be able to hide your money. That is the whole idea. If anything is in your bank account, that authorities like income tax or CBI or bankers, they know that you have so much money. If you are not able to show the source from which you have earned this money, then you will be caught. Yeah. That is also one angle which is government exploring. You may be reading it in the newspaper also, that Benami properties you are talking, that I have purchased some land in her name. You have purchased some land in her name. So that is also one angle through which these persons are holding black money. So that aspect is being tackled separately, apart from digital banking. The another one is economy, as we are doing. Can anybody tell me, everything is self-explanatory, I will focus on one point. Can anybody tell me what is GDP? At least 9-10 students? Gross domestic product. What I am saying that if the entrepreneurs, if the business units, if the individuals use digital banking, so GDP will increase. Can somebody tell me how? It's fairly simple. अभी क्या होता है? अभी supposedly आप किसी दुकान पे जाते हैं, आप एक चॉकलेट खरीदते हैं, you give the shopkeeper 10 rupees, 20 rupees. If he has to buy something, he has to go to market and then give 10 rupees to the wholesaler, जिसको और तो कैश की मूवमेंट में भी टाइम लगता है, करेक्ट? एंड सेकेंडली जो बड़े बड़े बिजनेसमैन हैं, छोटे छोटे बिजनेसमैन हैं, वो चेक यूज करते हैं जिसको क्लियर होने में 2-2 दिन लग जाता है. यानी कि मैंने सामान तो बेचा बट उसको पैसा आने में मुझे 2 दिन लग गया. फिर जब मेरे पास पैसा आएगा देन ओनली आई विल बी एबल टू बाय रॉ मटेरियल्स और फर्दर गुड्स फॉर माय शॉप. सो ये जो टाइम लगता है, होल प्रोसेस जो लगता है, इफ वी स्टार्ट यूजिंग डिजिटल बैंकिंग, दैट होल the time will be quite less. So the cycle of generation of income will be of a higher pace. Once it is of a higher pace, definitely it will be adding value to the GDP cycle itself. Next. Abhi, as our friend Satyam was telling, there are n number of frauds happening. So now I will be discussing your question. हम लोग कितने तरह के ऐप्स अपने मोबाइल पे डाउनलोड करके रखते हैं? मेनी टाइप्स. एन नंबर ऑफ परमिशंस दे सीक. दे वांट टू हैव एक्सेस टू योर गैलरी, दे वांट टू हैव एक्सेस टू योर कॉन्टैक्ट्स, दे वांट टू हैव एक्सेस टू योर वॉइस रिकॉर्डिंग, व्हाट नॉट. सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वी आर गिविंग टू देम? वी आर गिविंग देम द एक्सेस टू आवर फोन. सो वंस वी आर गिविंग देम एक्सेस टू आवर फोन, द चांसेस ऑफ हैविंग फ्रॉड इज डेफिनेटली वेरी वेरी हाई. हाँ, tell me Satyam.
That we have seen in all the TV advertisement that do not give anyone your personal account number or your personal ID to anyone.
You do not give any, like you are talking about digital banking, it will be like you do not share your PIN with anybody. Correct? PIN you are talking about. Because these are sensitive information. Once somebody is having access to this, say he is having access to your debit card number and then he is having access to your PIN also, somehow you are giving your OTP also, these kind of information he will be able to use to do online transactions, and then your funds will go away, he will enjoy your funds. That is why we have been doing advertisements throughout the country just to give this message that never share any sensitive information with anybody. Neither you have to give your OTP or your PIN, so that they do not have access to this information, which is the authentication layer. Once they do not have access, they will not be able to reach to your account. Thank you. Yeah, madam.
Sir, if there is no fraud happening, like there is one situation in which we want to transfer some money at a bank account, but when we transfer the money, everything is correct, even the authentication layer, everything is correct. Then also the money reached on another bank account, not there where we want to transfer. Then what is?
That should not happen if you have put the correct account number. That is not possible because human intervention is not there in these transactions. It's basically done through machines. What could have happened in this incident? That either some information such as account number or IFSC code, some wrong input must have been entered. Have you heard the term garbage in, garbage out? It's used in the context of any software, computer parlance. Similar is here. If while entering the account number or account details we have made some mistake, then only it will go to some other account. Otherwise it is not possible. If for some reason the transaction itself is getting failed, the money will come back. So I was talking about frauds in digital space. The first and foremost thing, because you are youth, maybe you are using mobile very frequently for a longer duration of time, you are using n number of games. My simple message to all of you and my simple request is that kindly use only those apps which are required, because these apps have access to all kind of information you are storing in your mobile phone. Sorry? Yeah, that will come, the trusted sources. Can anybody tell me how many of you have received the kind of email our principal madam was talking, that you have won so much of amount Can anybody tell me what exactly is that called? Those kind of mails is called phishing. Why phishing? Phishing में क्या करते हैं हम लोग? We go to a pond, we go to a water body, we put a hook there, as because n number of fishes are there, we just presume or we just hope that somebody will be caught. Here also same thing happens. Email is sent to thousands and thousands of people in the hope that at least 2, 3 or 10 people will reply. Of those 10 people, we will get hold of one and we will fleece him. We will take all his money. Yes, Satyam? Ma'am, can we give mic to Satyam? Okay, I am seeing who is talking. So next. Yeah, Satyam, you're saying something?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually we have seen that the frauds in digital have capturing. In frauds, sometimes we have also seen like they want our account. If we are not fixed in that emails, so they will threat us. So what if ensuring?
I got your question, Satyam. I got your question. The next slide is regarding that only. Kindly have a seat. Few things I want you to remember, that a bank never asks for your OTP or PIN or any kind of password. So do not share any kind of information with anybody, whoever is calling you or seeking that information through mail or through SMS. Never share your password with anybody, with your friends, with your relative, with the people who are known to you. Do not share passwords. Now, because of the paucity of the time, I'll be winding up this session with this message. The message is simple. Why exactly fraud is happening? There are only 3 factors which are leading to any kind of fraud. आज से 2000 साल पहले भी because of these 3 factors fraud was happening. After today we are sitting in 2019. In future, whether it's 2000 years, 10,000 years, 5,000 years, the same 3 factors will be playing its part. Only because of these 3 factors a fraud can happen. So I would like you to remember this, whatever I am going to speak in next 2 to 3 minutes. The first example which we can quote was of our principal madam. She told that she received an email and she was very happy to receive that kind of money free of cost. Please remember, if something is too good to be true, it's not true. There are no free lunches. Can we remember this? If something is too good to be true, it's not true. So, greed. Madam, in that particular example or whatever, somebody offers us some lottery, we become greedy. So, greed is the first factor which leads to fraud. Can we remember this? What is the first factor? Greed. That is why that G is there. G for greed. So, we have not to become greedy. Somebody is offering us something. Sorry? Okay, I'll come. I got it. Thank you. So, first factor is greed. The another factor is what Satyam was telling a while ago, that they threaten you over phone. They make you panic. Correct? पहले क्या होता था? If we go 2000 years back, somebody has to loot money from you. What he will do? He will come with a sword. He will come with a knife, and he will say, "Give me your money." क्या करता था वो? Threaten करता था. आज की डेट में वो कैसे threaten कर रहा है? वो phone पे threaten कर रहा है. That if you don't give me this OTP or PIN or password, I'll block your account. So, fear is the second factor. Third factor is lack of awareness. अगर मुझे क्रिकेट खेलना नहीं आता है, should I be in the cricket team? No. Before being inducted into a cricket team, मुझे क्या सीखना चाहिए? क्रिकेट सीख लेना चाहिए. So, if I don't know about a product, if I don't know about a service which is being offered by a financial entity, should I invest in? No. Should I participate in that transaction? No. So these 3 factors are there, where you have to remember. So which are these factors? G, F, L. Greed, fear, lack of awareness. ये आपको कोई भी ऑफर हो, कोई ट्रांजेक्शन आपको कोई ऑफर कर रहा है, प्लीज ट्राई टू असर्टेन वेदर आई एम बिकमिंग ग्रीडी. इफ आंसर इज नो, go ahead. Whether I am becoming fearful, वो मुझे डरा तो रहा है, नहीं रहा है? If no, go ahead. Whether I know about this transaction properly, yes, then only do this transaction. If you are testing every transaction through these 3 parameters and still finding answer yes on every step, please proceed with the transaction, fraud will not happen. But if there is no at any step, kindly stop yourself. Message is simple, मैंने हिंदी में भी लिखा हुआ है, सावधान जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए. हमें सावधान रहना है, हमें जानकार बनना है, हमें सतर्क बनना है. So what is the message? जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए. अवेयरनेस हमारे अंदर होनी चाहिए, जानकार बनिए, and then we have to be very very careful while doing financial transaction. Because I have been given message that there is a paucity of time, so I'll just show one more slide. Kindly go to the last slide. Go last, sir. Last, go. बस पीछे आइए. Whatever happens, अगर कोई fraud हो भी जाता है, there is a mechanism to get the money back. You have to complain to the bank within 3 days. If you do not get a response from the bank, say within 30 days, you can come to RBI and then you can lodge a complaint. You can write a letter also, you can write an email also. So firstly, where we have to go? To the bank. If bank is not responding, where we have to go? RBI. So let's complete this session by remembering those 3 factors. G, F, L. G for? F for? And L for? Awareness. So thank you all. Thanks a lot for being so attentive.
If anyone want to any
How the transactions takes place, how they are maintained. But, I got it. It's very simple, madam. It's a card, right? There is some information stored in there. When you swipe the card, what exactly happens? The message goes to the server of your bank through various channels. Visa का है तो Visa के through, Mastercard का है तो Mastercard के through, and it checks. What is your good name? So it checks whether it is the account of Ananya. How does it check? Because bank has given you an password. So one password you are putting. So if you are putting the correct password, it will check yes, password has been given to Ananya and that password is being put. It means the account is of Ananya. The another thing it checks is whether you are having balance in that account of that transaction value. If yes, it will process that transaction. Thank you. I think session is ending. I'll come to you personally to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Rhythm of heart and its feelings.
So to let you feel the musical rhythm of her feet, I would like to call upon the stage Rishika Nandan. I would like to request all of you to please keep quiet and see the dance. collaborate and combine.
तो अब इस कार्यक्रम के सफल होने के सभी पात्र को धन्यवाद देने मैं सृष्टि को बुलाना चाहूंगी।
Honorable Chief Guest, respected Principal Ma'am, and our most valued invited guests, I, Shrishti, have received this privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. Firstly, I would like to thank Shri Shiv Anand Shankar, DGM RBI Bank, Shri Prakash Dubey, AGM RBI Bank, Shri Avinav Prakash, Manager RBI Bank, and Shri Sumit Kumar Singh, Manager Canara Bank, for their valued and honorable presence in our deepest premises. Also, a alluring thanks to our Principal Ma'am to attend this program. A heartful of thanks to the members of Reserve Bank of India who headed the financial literacy program. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for the whole DPS family who were involved to organize the perfect logistic support and guidance to make this program a great success. I also, on behalf of DPS Bahadurpur fraternity, here together extend a very hearty vote of thanks to the anchor Shreya and Shraddha and the students who participated. Thank you for your efforts towards this occasion. With these, lastly, I would like to thank the audience for maintaining the dignity of the program. Thank you so much for your support. Have a great day ahead.
An announcement for the students. Tomorrow will be a holiday for Christmas. Thank you.
I would request all of you to please stand up for National Anthem.
Thank you everybody for your support. We hope this was a thoughtful and an educating session for you all. This is Shreya
and this is Shraddha signing off.